Hey everyone, Barry Johnson of Keysight Technologies. Welcome back to the Black Lab. Today we start our Raspberry Pi video series. We're going to start by installing our base operating system onto the SD card. So with that, we end this piece. Alright, so we're going to navigate to raspberrypi.org. Alright, so we're going to click on Software, and then we're going to click on Raspberry Pi OS. Then we're going to scroll up because these three images are great, but instead of us downloading them directly, we're just going to have the work done for us by downloading the Raspberry Pi imager. All right, so I already have it installed. So I'm going to click on Raspberry Pi imager, and then we're going to choose our OS. So let's look at this real quick. We have several desktop OSs, and that's the Raspberry Pi OS. We have some general purpose like Ubuntu, Manjaro, and a RISC-based Pi. We also have Kodi Media Player, and then we also have Emulation Game OS. So we will be doing a video on RetroPie with the Raspberry Pi. So there are two OSs. If you're installing this like in schools for young people, I recommend the full desktop with the recommended applications. I'm actually going to show that off, but just to kind of show the tutorial, I'm just going to select the lighter version. So we choose an SD card, and then we just hit the write button. So it's going to prepare to write, it's going to then write, and then it's going to verify. All right, so now I can remove the SD card. I'm going to pause the video, install it, and then I'm going to remote into the Raspberry Pi and take you through the OS. All right, so the default username is Pi. You can change that, but you always have to give it a password when you launch the Pi desktop on first install. All right, let's take a tour around the desktop. This is kind of why I said on my live stream that Raspberry Pi really can kind of change our way of thinking. Let's think of kids. Let's think of people that are in college, in high school, maybe at a job where they have to do a lot of math. They can come into programming and start Mathematica. Mathematica has been around for years. It is included with your Pi device, and you can do things like this in Mathematica. So let's say y is equal to 5, x is equal to 6, and I could say z is equal to x plus y x squared plus y, and then hit Shift Enter. So what we see here is this formula was literally executed. And the cool thing about this is I can go File, Save, and then save this as a notebook. And I can refer back to it. So this could be homework. It could be stuff that you're working on for class. So I'm just going to hit Cancel, and we're just going to go ahead and close this out. You have access to a full-blown Office suite That's a native program. So LibreOffice is one of the leading competitors on the Linux platform to a Microsoft Office. And you can go to a Chromium web browser. Google is based on Chromium. Let's say I wanted to go to Wikipedia. So it loads up, and I could do a search for, you guessed it, Raspberry Pi. I have a full-blown operating system. More videos are coming. If you have any questions, I will make detailed tutorials on how to do all this stuff. So with that, I'll see you next time.